Welcome to the World Cup '94 fan kit video.
Hi, I'm Andrew Shue, and I'm thrilled to be the host of the World Cup fan kit. Here in the first video, we're going to take an exclusive look at some of the USA's top players. Now, some of you may know me as an actor, but I'm really a soccer player. In fact, long before I ever considered acting, soccer was my life. This game is awesome, and I can't wait for the World Cup to come to America this June to venues like the Rose Bowl here in Pasadena. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play with the world's top players in there, but through this fan kit, I'll get to introduce you to 5 of the top US players. We will meet team captain and New Jersey's own Tony Meola, the USA's enforcer, Marcelo Balboa, the multi-talented Desmond Armstrong, popular speedster Kobe Jones, and the irrepressible and colorful Alexi Lawless. First off, here's a guy I grew up playing with in the toughest parks of New Jersey, goalkeeper Tony Meola.
Up, Tony! Yeah. Tony, come on. Come! Up, Tony. Go, Tony. Go, Tony. Hey, go!
I think what I took out of those little games in New Jersey was my competitive edge. Regardless of what it was, you wanted to win. And I don't care if I played against my best friend. My mom used to tell me all the time when I was a kid and when I was playing in high school, she said, if I came on the field, it looks like you'd kick me too, you know? And I said, that's right, Mom. I mean, if you're on the other team, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? My high school that I went on to, Kearney High School, when I had gotten there, had won a state championship for 7 years in a row. They were so competitive, and my junior year, I can remember being at Rutgers with 18,000 people at Rutgers, my junior year state finals, and we lost. It was the biggest travesty in Kearney, New Jersey when we lost in the state finals. And to make it even worse, my senior year, we went on and lost in the semifinals. And the people were going crazy, you know, but it's still today not unusual to get 6,000 to 7,000 people at our high school soccer game. I was a great athlete in high school. I was a great athlete in college. And when I came onto the national team, I was a great athlete. I was not a good goalkeeper. I am now becoming a better goalkeeper. I got along on athletic ability, and in 1990, I was still 20 years old. I was a cocky kid out of New Jersey that didn't care about what was going on around, and I was willing to accept any challenge, and I was really naive to the fact that there are better guys out there than the team that you're playing with. And, we went in there with high hopes. But we had very little experience in the World Cup. Now we're faced with a new challenge in 1994. We've got the home field advantage. We've got a coach that has turned teams with lesser ability than ours around and made them world powers. And we're right here in our own backyard with the whole world watching the U.S. team. And I think we've got a lot to play for. All my games have been one-on-one, and you know, I like to pick on somebody like Dean Linke, the PR guy. You know, he's a big basketball fan. I always take him out there, and I joke around and say, I show the rookies. I got to show you rookies all the time, something new, you know. So it's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy playing basketball a lot. It's a time where I can just get away from soccer and still do something actively, and I enjoy that part of it. Tony Meola is the type of guy that when game time comes, I'm a serious character, and I want my teammates to be as serious, if not more serious than I am. And there comes a time when you go out for your warm-up and you warm yourself up, but you have to turn that switch on come game time, and you have to be ready to play. If you're not ready to play, if the guys in front of me are not ready to play, then I've not done my job. think the way to deal with pressure is to be in control of yourself, understand yourself, and most importantly, believe in your ability.
Well, as you can see, Tony's basically a stud. Sorry, girls, he just got married. But stay tuned for some of the projects that Tony and I will be working on together to support soccer in America. Well, here we are inside the Rose Bowl. And they still won't let me on the field because it's still set up for football. But come this June, this stadium will be rocking with the world's game. One of the guys who's trying to get back on the field is Marcelo Balboa, who's currently rehabilitating his injured right knee. He wants to regain that hard-hitting form which kept his opponents on their toes and sometimes on their backs.
It's just one of those weird things. The ball bounced, I planted with my right foot and opened up a little bit to push it with my left. And as I went to push off with my right, my ankle rolled into a hole. And as it was rolling down, I tightened up to push off. And as I pushed off, my lower half just kept on going like this, and my thigh tightened up, and it just went snap. And you just heard a loud pop. It's just sweat. That's all it is, sweat and work. And by the time you leave, you're like got a big gimp because your right leg is so swollen from all the blood being pumped in there. And that's the main thing they want. They want to build the thigh as much as possible on the hamstring because that's going to keep the knee nice and solid. I know how hard I have to work. I know when I'm out here at practice watching my teammates play and I'm not out there, that bothers me. And I know how much harder I have to work to get to that point, and I do that every day.
The worst thing about being injured, you can't be out there with your teammates, but you also learn new skills. Something like spinning the ball on your finger, and that's boredom.
Being a professional player that he was, he knew what it was going to take for me to get to the highest level. And you know, every kid says the same thing. Oh, my dad doesn't know. Oh, my dad doesn't know this. You know, and then once you get to a certain point, you look back and you say, hey, my dad was right, he knew. You know, but you never want to admit that.
Always looking at myself as a player with tremendous love with the game and a tremendous attitude, that philosophy, and I try to pass it, those basic things to my son, which I think that they're very important to develop yourself as a good player. If you had the right attitude, I think you run the right direction.
He's taught me pretty much everything I know. He's always been. He goes to all the games. If he doesn't go, he watches them on TV. No matter where he's at, he'll call me and he'll tell me how I played. And he'll be honest. If I play bad, he'll come out straight out and say, hey, you know, you need to do this to get better, but you didn't play well today. You know, but I think I know when I play bad too. So it's good because he gives you another view. You get the coach's view all the time, but I think your father is the one that's going to tell you the truth. The coach said, well, you could have done this better. Your father comes straight out, you did that bad. I don't know, you know, I think my image is kind of the hard-nosed kind of guy on the field, the guy that whacks people, you know. I've had so many nicknames to Rambo, to people abusing me, saying that I'm out to kill people on the field, so they call me Rambo, to, you know, the Hatchet, you know, because I'm out to kill, you know. Everybody's got those, but, you know, I'm not out to hurt anybody, but if I can get a good stick in, I'm going to nail you, and there's no doubt about that. I'll hit you and you'll feel it. If somebody comes and hurts one of my teammates, and if he does it on purpose, I'm not going to go out trying to hurt that same guy, but I'm going to let them know that they're not going to get away with something like that. I'm going to go stick somebody. I'm going to say, hey, if you're going to hit one of mine, I'll take 2 of yours back. So I think in soccer you have to protect your own, and I think you have to lay that down quick at the beginning of the game, your first tackle. I'm not going to be the one that hits you and screams, yeah, I got you, nothing like that. I'm the quiet one that you never see coming. You know, as you turn, you don't hear me coming, but I'll smack you. I've got no problem with that. For us, we always want to leave something to the sport. I think ours is going to be hopefully doing well in the World Cup, but also leaving something for a league or for something for the younger kids to come up to, and also for ourselves to make some money in it. But I think the biggest motivation would be is the World Cup '94. It's going to be the biggest event ever, and I want to be a part of that.
Well, it looks like Balboa is back in action. Now his return is going to have an impact on where Desmond Armstrong plays, because he replaced Balboa at the sweeper position. Now Desmond, he's a little quieter. You know, he's introspective. He's a family man. And he's an artist. on and off the field.
Well, there are two ways to look at it. You can be an enforcer, or you can be a finesse player in that position. The important thing is to stay composed. You have to be composed because you're the last person before the offense gets to the goalkeeper. So if you're not composed, you can find yourself, going around like a chicken with your head cut off. And I think that the enforcer part of it is a minor part of it. When your defender gets beat, you're the last person, so you have to make sure you stop him. You can either stop him with speed or stop him with your body. And my way is stopping him with speed. And I'm learning to adjust to the fact that I have to use my body a little more often than I like. The rush that I get is the fans. The stadium full of American fans. It's a rare occasion for us, where they're chanting USA, USA, and we know that they're there for us as opposed to against us, even in our home country. And we're looking forward for the opportunity to play in 1994, where most of the fans are going to be there for us, rooting us on, and promoting our team to go forward in the championship. Yeah, there are some similarities in that, again, being a creator, where I sit at the table and I create an image or a copied image, or it's still my work. I have the same opportunity on the soccer field where I can create a pass or create a shot or create a defensive move that no one's ever seen. And it's just improvisation at its best. Yeah, I hope to achieve a good reputation, primarily. I don't want to be classified as a great artist. I don't think I need that. I just want to be able to do good work. And the real thrill that I get out of doing artwork is drawing muscles, because I think that I can accentuate certain areas of the leg or the arm. So I like to stick with soccer players primarily because for the market it bears a good return, because we're moving towards the World Cup. Yeah, indeed I do. I can see images in my mind, a lot of free-flowing play, sometimes head balls, looking at the field from behind the goal in my mind. And I can imagine that and try to bring that forth on the canvas. And that's exciting. Well, at first they didn't think I did the work. They thought I bought it from somebody or hired somebody to draw. And I told them, I said, no, that's my work, because I never really talked about it. And then after that, I got their respect. Everybody's coming to me, and their grandmothers and grandfathers, with pictures. Can you draw my grandson? Can you draw my daughter? Can you draw this image of me? And it's rewarding. I think it's nice. It's just that right now I don't have enough time to do that. I don't have enough time to really plunge myself into my artwork like I would like to. It's a joy to go home. When I come from the soccer field, it's a nice release. The artwork's a good release, as well as my family. I look forward to going home. My daughter, she's a ball of joy. Couldn't ask for anything better. And my wife is a great support. A lot of love there. And I really appreciate it.
He's got two sides. Out in the public, he can get along with anyone, and he's a serious type business guy. But in the house, he comes home and he's relaxed, he's laid back, he's a family man. What can I say? I married a great guy. I don't want to brag too much, but he's a good guy.
Each theme revolves around particular venues, such as DC. We have a soccer ball with the Capitol on the inside. New York with a face of the Statue of Liberty. And San Francisco, we have the Golden Gate Bridge, and so forth. Just themes that revolve around America and the fact that the World Cup is here. And the actual logo, or saying, happens to be soccer American style. We do it our way. And if you know anything about soccer, you know that each country has a different style, particular style, that identifies them. We really haven't identified ourselves, so I thought that the motif would be for us to pull off of American themes and relate that to soccer. I think the title would be "The Critics Were Silenced." And it starts off by saying, who would have thought that an amateurish team such as the USA could get past the first round? Who would have thought they would have won a game in the second round? Who would have thought that they could have got to the quarterfinals? And what is in store for us in the future for U.S. soccer in terms of the world and world dominance in soccer? We know the U.S. dominates in all other sports, Is it feasible? Is it imaginable for them to dominate even in soccer, the world's game?
Well, I'm an art lover. I guess I'll have to add a few Armstrongs to my collection. Now, while Desmond is a seasoned veteran on the U.S. World Cup team, one young newcomer is creating quite a stir with his speed and style with fans of all ages. The comic book collecting, scuba diving Kobe Jones is moving fast in the soccer world.
My mom got the name from a television show back in the 60s that she was watching, where it was based off of a young black kid that was really intelligent named Kobe. And she liked the character that was played in this program, and I guess she liked it so much that she decided to name me after that child. And I guess I'm pretty lucky that she wasn't watching like Gilligan's Island or something. I'd be named Gilligan right now, which would be kind of funny.
A member of our 1992 Olympic team, now with our national team, from UCLA, Kobe Jones.
As far as the younger fans, especially the younger girls that seem to show up to a lot of the functions or to the practices, the guys do tease me about it.
I know all those 13-year-old girls, seriously, you can meet me out over there, and I'll be selling locks of Kobe's hair.
They started at one of the games back in Trabuco Hills. I guess a couple of teams came to the game together, and they were screaming for me after the game or whatever, and I was signing autographs on one side of the field and they were on the other side, and I guess most of the players on the team had already made their way towards the exit, and I decided, well, I have plenty of time, so I'm gonna make my way over, so I just ran across the field and signed some autographs for them, and I guess they're really appreciative of that, them and their parents too. My position is basically on outside midfield, so the role of any outside midfielder is basically to get the ball, take on the outside defender whenever they have the chance or the opportunity to go down the line, do a little dribbling, and get the ball across to the main goal scorers, I guess, the people up front, and if I have the chance, I'm going to try to stick one in the net too. As far as my first few steps, I believe I am pretty quick with those. I mean, that's when we do these sprint drills here at the facility. Most of the time, when everyone's just working just to get through the drills, what I try to do is my first few steps, I just try to sprint, and don't tell Bora this, I kind of relax on the rest of the way, through. But I'm actually concentrating on the first few steps, which is the most important, trying to get by the person. I'd say I have a few hobbies. Scuba diving is kind of a hobby for me. I do now and then. It's kind of hard to do with so many practices and such, but whenever I get the chance, I like to do it, just not in a rush situation. When I'm underwater, I'm definitely in a different world. I don't have to think about anything that's going on. I'm just hanging out myself, my partner that I'm with, and all the fish. The comic books let me get away. I mean, it's been a slight escape, I should say, not as much as it used to be, because I mean, I've gotten so used to it. It's just kind of a part of my everyday schedule now, just to relax and just pick up a few comic books and read them, even though they have gotten really expensive all of a sudden. But I just kind of pick up a few comic books, a few series that I think are interesting, and just keep reading, keep up with them. I try to keep people guessing. I don't like it when people try to read me or try to tell me what to do and say, oh, I know what he's thinking. That's something that I dread, the day that someone says, I know exactly what he's thinking. And so I keep them on their toes.
Well, Kobe Jones has got some serious speed. We're gonna have to play that one back in slow motion. Whoa, and my friend Stryker here is pretty quick as well. So you think you can get me down the field or what? Yeah, right. I'm only kidding. Speaking of jokesters, this next guy is at the top of everyone's list. Alexi Lawless, the hard-hitting defenseman, is not only making a name for himself in the soccer world, but in the music world as well. So, welcome to Alexi's world.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to my room. I'm Alexi Lawless, and as you can see, I didn't clean up for you, but I got my guitars out here, I got my books, I got everything that I need to survive in the world. I've got a little Slurpee, and luckily what I've been able to do here is blend the two worlds, my two loves, music and soccer, and that's what keeps me going out there on the field. It's an unbelievable surprise. If someone had asked me this a couple years ago if I would be here, no way, definitely no way. As a matter of fact, in 1990, in the last World Cup, I was one of those crazy fans with their faces painted, running around, going crazy in the stands, looking at all my heroes running around. And now, every day I get to get up and I get to go to the locker room, and there they all are. So this is a definite surprise, but you know, I'm loving it and having a great time. What's my job? We're pretty much to run around and kick people. No, I probably shouldn't say that. No, my job, I'm a defender. My ability in the air, I have to clear the ball, I get to slide tackle. It's pretty much a thankless job. Every once in a while I score a goal and I get to run around and go crazy, but for the most part, I just sort of run after the forwards and hope that they don't score. That's my job. All right, so here we go, over to the factory. This is where all the Slurpee magic happens. Grab my cup, look inside, make sure nobody's spatting it. Grab a straw, make sure you clean up after yourself, all right? And we're gonna go today for the Hawaiian Punch Slurpee. Usually I like a cherry, but we're gonna see how the 7-Eleven did today in this mix. Oh my goodness, look at that. They did a great job. Look at this, oh boy, oh boy. Heaven, that is so good. This is what every athlete should have before and after every game. I don't really care if they love my liquor or not, but I mean this is pretty tame compared to what it was. Earlier this year, I was gently asked to cut some hair off, and I carry it around. As you can see, you're getting a real treat here. This is my hair that I was asked to cut off, but it used to be real long. So this is my tame mode if you're interested. Oh, well. Many years ago, I used to run around and draw this on books and walls and clothes and everything, and then I got older and decided, hey, I'm gonna get a tattoo, and for all you kids out there, you shouldn't get tattoos. But I did anyway, and this is what I got. It's a personal symbol. It represents who I am and what I'm all about, and it's something that's very special to me. Okay, here we are again, another one of my favorite rooms. Welcome to my house. This is what I spend all my money on. All these guitars. Just kidding, it's not my house, but maybe someday it will. Anyway, I'm here at Mission Music. I'm gonna pick up a couple packs of guitar strings because I'm going on a trip and I need them. Go over to my man Scott over here. What's up, Scott?
Hey, what's the house game?
Oh man, I'm pretty tired. Got a couple of those Diodario packs there?
You got it.
Beautiful. Here you go, take all my money and I'm out of here.
You like that?
Everybody needs things, to take their mind off what they do for a living. And what I do for a living is I run around the field and play soccer, and I need something to rejuvenate my mind. And so when I'm not on the soccer field, I go home and, I like to sit with my guitar and just hang out and play.
From the very first touch, so I think I'll see it through.
hey, if they want to perform, if they want to get up there and try it, hey, I'm all for it. You know, you never know what kind of hidden talent lies in the USA locker room.
So what did I tell you? I told you he was unique. Now, after all my moaning and groaning, I finally made it onto the field where they're going to play the 1994 World Cup final, all for this trophy. It's unbelievable. Almost 2 billion people are going to be watching that game. I just want to say thanks for hanging out with us today, and I hope you enjoyed meeting the guys. Make sure you look out for the next Fan Kit video. Now, I got to show you guys that I can really play this game.
Upper Deck, as exclusive manufacturer of World Cup soccer cards, introduces the exclusive premier editions of World Cup soccer products. Catch the action and the stars with 360 exclusive Upper Deck World Cup USA trading cards. Every card in the 36-pack box is produced with top quality and enhanced with a glossy UV protective coating. Each 10-card pack has a random assortment of regular and hologram player cards with English and Spanish translation. The World Cup USA card set features a special USA team emphasis, U.S. player profiles, U.S. Cup recap, world's best international players, competing team highlights, Bora's top 10 international soccer stars, hologram cards, honorary captain cards. This 36-pack box of 1993 World Cup USA cards is only $35.99. The second World Cup product offered by Upper Deck is the beautiful 30-inch by 16-inch World Cup poster. The poster highlights some of the top U.S. players as well as international stars. For $4.99, all World Cup soccer fans can get into the game with this collectible poster. You can also order the 8.5-inch by 11-inch commemorative sheet highlighting members of the USA national soccer team for only $9.99. Produced as a numbered limited edition, it commemorates Team USA. Only 10,000 limited editions will be produced, thereby assuring product integrity and collectability. Get into the action of World Cup soccer with the new Upper Deck World Cup products and get into the game. Call 1-800-625-1994 or send check or money order to the address on your screen. That's 1-800-625-1994 for your official World Cup products. Include $4 shipping and handling.